All right, so we are going live. Excited to be with you. I think I might actually be 30 seconds early, and somebody's already asking me to sing for Craig. Oh, he's going to be happy. I've got park news, channel news, a huge stack of mail here, which I mean, when I say huge, I mean huge, and all sorts of other stuff. It's going to be fun. So let's jump on in. All right, get my camera set there again. Did I get a haircut? Yeah, I got attacked by the hair clippers, which my wife was like, "Hey, let's help you lose some weight." Buzz. So yes, I did finally get an overdue haircut. I lost my COVID hair. It is good to see everybody coming in, and I know we're gonna have a bunch more slowly signing on. It looks like we're up to like 25 already. So, watching Star Wars Rebels just now, cool show. Um, got a whole bunch of quick little news things to get out for you real quick. If you've been watching park news, there's been all sorts of stuff that's coming out, um, in particular about the Halloween events. Six Flags has actually changed their Halloween events quite a bit. The haunted houses and stuff is, oh, somebody wearing a Deep Space Nine. Why, yes, it is Garrick's Clothiers. So thank you, Barry, for that one. Six Flags is going with an event called Hollow Fest at a number of their parks this year. So Texas, Georgia, St. Louis, Six Flags America, Six Flags Great Adventure, Frontier City are all doing a family-friendly Halloween thing instead of the typical scare houses and stuff. Um, so quite a big change there. Many of the parks have actually canceled their Halloween events entirely. Disney is not doing it this year. Universal is not doing it this year, although Florida, I guess they've got a souvenir store kind of walkthrough going in. Um, Cedar Fair is doing something at Kings Island and Cedar Point called Tricks and Treats Fall Fun Fest, and it's also a family-friendly event instead of the normal scare houses. And all the rest of the Cedar Fair parks, they're closing after Labor Day. So Dorney Park, Worlds of Fun, Michigan Adventure. The only Cedar Fair park that will be open after September 7th is Cedar Point and Kings Island. The one other one that might open up is Knott's Berry Farm, and that's if California ever allows the parks to open. We will see what that was. So, yeah, thought that was a conventions intro. It is a conventions intro, Greg. I got all sorts of other stuff here, too. Busch Gardens Tampa is actually still doing their Hollow Screams event this year, which I was a little surprised at, to be honest. Still doing the scare houses. They're going to space them out, done a little bit things, do things a little bit differently. They're limited space, limited number of people in. Face coverings are required, but they are still doing it. As far as I know, Busch Gardens is the only park still doing their typical Halloween event. So other than that, everybody else has just about canceled it. So Cedar Fair has also announced that Carowinds, California Great America, Valley Fair, and Kings Dominion are not going to open at all this year. Also closing early, Kennywood, Lake Compounce, and Silverwood have all announced they're closing September 7th. Disney has also announced that they're reducing hours starting in September. So lots of changes with parks. All that to say that if you are planning on going to a theme park at all in the next few months, make sure you watch your info and the changes, because it's changing all the time. Tribute Store at Universal. Thank you so much for KO1 Daddy. Yes, they've done that at previous Horror Nights. I've never gone to one, so I couldn't tell you from experience. But yes, they still have the Halloween store at Universal, just not the actual event. On your last video, were you able to film the takeoff? Hey, Crazy Mike, I actually gave you an answer on the comments thing on that. It is not illegal to shoot airlines on takeoff and landing. They ask you to put away certain electronics depending upon the plane. Delta allows you to have personal handheld ones out still, so it is legal to film on the takeoff. So yeah, something nice little tidbit there. Finally got into Tweetsie Railroad last month. They were only running the train. Unfortunately, the idiots in the state government closed them back down. Yes. Tweetsie had been closed opened up just the train, got told to close again, and it's been all over the place. So it's if you're going to do any sort of travel, I'll be honest with you, I would not recommend it at this point. Um, but if you've got to, just be careful with it. Make sure you check where you're going. Speaking of travel, we actually have a thing coming up in September, uh, second week of September, if I remember right here. Get my dates right. We're actually, Craig, some of you have noticed him here, is actually going to be coming down. We're going to be going to Marceline, Missouri. I actually called the Disney Museum in Marceline today just to make sure that they're going to be open when we're there. We will be going to the Disney Museum. We'll be staying in town. I've actually got a couple of family things I want to check out there from family history. Silver Dollar City will be open in September. And so we will be doing that, watching spacing and distancing and everything else. Silver Dollar City will be open in September and I believe October. I don't know if they're doing their Pumpkin Nights event or not this year. I have not been able to fully check on that, so that's something I haven't done yet. But that will be coming up, so you'll get a couple of Park Tales videos from a couple of new things finally. So, um, and I think that's where I was going with that. Just if you're going to be careful, or if you're going to travel, be careful, be cautious. If you want to know why, again, check out the video one. Offered to shoot him. Thanks, Craig. um, I think that is most of my actual news. Just throwing it out there really quick. Like I said, I've got a ton of mail I do want to open. I do have one package that is coming from Homestead, Florida. So this is from you. I got a note from the post office today. It'll be delivered today. Today, it's still in Kansas City. So it's not going to be here today. It's going to miss this by one day. Um, I do have a couple shout outs. I need to give a shout out to Eric Vaughn, whose birthday was yesterday. And then also to a gentleman named Tyler, who had his birthday on the 18th. And I was going to do a special video for him to say hello, and I blew it because I got caught up in other stuff, and it's been a rough week. But Tyler just turned 27. He and his girlfriend are actually both photographers at Epcot. So hopefully they're able to get some work in. I don't know if they've been called back or not, but Tyler, I definitely wanted to give you a shout out for a happy birthday. So, have I ever been to Norway, Fantasy Apprentice? No, I have not. Only European country I have been to is France for a one-time trip. Um, Israel is more Middle East, so that's the only times I've been out there. Whew, let's see. Stick to Disney and Universal if you come here. The rest are not up to dealing with COVID safety. Yeah, if you are concerned about COVID safety, again, be very aware. Parks will be different, but you definitely want to be aware of anything the park is doing. Check the theme parks websites. Check what people are saying and everything else. So, did I see the Epcot entrance fountain spires? Yes, they look amazing. Neat to see those back. So, Epcot's apparently having some sort of issue today as well, though, because I saw some pictures from people lined up at the parking entrance and they're not moving. So I don't know what's happening there. We'll see if we can find out later. Um, Let me start digging into some of the mail because, like I said, it's a ton. You may remember when Laurel was here visiting. This is how long it's been since I've gone live. When Laurel came, was actually right after I did my last live feed. And coming from Florida, she brought me a little present. And you kind of look, oh, one. Hey, no, that is all brochures from Florida, Disney, Universal, and just all sorts of stuff there. So I wanted to give her a shout out and thank you for that because I love my brochures. So you need some sandpaper for your rough week. Whew. It really was a rough one. You may know that I've been working with the census. I'm trying to get some money earned so I can go to Japan to meet my daughter and hopefully go to Disney there. It was not a good week for working. Just had a number of things come up and just kept coming up and coming up, and oh my goodness, it was exhausting. But there was one really good thing. My wife had an interview that I had to go along because I was the spouse up at our church state headquarters, and she did some interviews and stuff and signed her papers. And as of next month, she will officially be Reverend Margaret. So very excited for her with that. A couple quick postcards here. This is one from Barry, the gentleman who sent me the shirt. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold it up the right way there. It says, Sir Willow, happy National Roller Coaster Day. Are you going to Silver Dollar City to celebrate? Unfortunately, I didn't. I was at home. Um, my next, my one trip to Silver Dollar City will be September 10th, I believe. And looking forward to getting out there. School will be in session. It should be a quieter day, and excited about that. Speaking of schools, think about your teachers and your administrators. I know a lot of people are upset with their school districts and their teachers and admins and stuff because they don't agree with what they're doing or they don't agree enough and various things. Please remember, business owners, schools, churches are stuck in a really rough situation right now because they can't please anybody, let alone everybody. Please be kind to others as they try to go through this whole entire thing. Nobody's really sure how to do it and how to do it best and how to do it safely. So be kind, even if they disagree with you, even if you vehemently disagree with them. Be kind. Okay, there's my public service message. So obviously September 11th. Okay, thanks, Greg. And we may have a couple other things in there as well. We're still kind of making some plans. So I got this other really cool card from Barry. This one is amazing. Look at this. Now, it's a 3D card, if you can see the textures and stuff there. And I love its old guy in front. And he writes, today is National Roller Coaster Day. This is August 16th. I will put $50 in your... Oh, what? Oh, I will put $50 in your Patreon account if you visit Six Flags St. Louis and ride Ninja all day. Ain't no way. I will put $1.95 in your Patreon account if you go to Silver Dollar City and ride Wildfire all day. I would have liked to ride Wildfire. Unfortunately, the 16th, I just had a number of other things. Yeah, crazy day. One of those things that I can't really say. Oh, Tammy actually knows the levels of minister's license. Those of you who don't know, when you get a minister's license, there are 3 different levels. Most people think of ordained, which is the highest. My wife is actually going to be licensed, which is the second highest, and it is currently the same level I'm at, although I'm in the process of changing that. So April or so, I should officially be ordained. Not any reason I wasn't ordained, except I just hadn't done it. So let's see. Miss Star Wars Weekends. I miss Star Wars Weekends too. Best special event outside of Not So Scary, I think. Mr. Dorito Man, you're gonna love Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is amazing. So, yes, Barry just noticed the shirt. Okay, so I have this card from Drew, and this looks kind of interesting. So we're going to see what we have here. Am I looking forward for Super Nintendo World Universal Japan? I don't know. I think it's going to be very cool if they're opening the park. It's hard for me to say I'm looking forward to it because I don't know if I'm going to get to do it or not. Okay, here you go, Drew. It's a happy birthday. So I wonder who... Okay, this is hilarious. So it's happy birthday from the Alzheimer's Association. And since you couldn't remember what card was in there, it's a few months late. I'll just say it's for my daughter's birthday. So, I love that one. Oh, Drew, you couldn't have set that up better if you tried. Oh, Hyperspace Hoopla was great. Hyperspace Hoopla was awesome. If you don't know what Hyperspace Hoopla is, do a quick YouTube search when we are done. Go watch Hyperspace Hoopla. You will see the Star Wars stars in ways you have never seen them before. And it is absolutely hilarious. Okay, so we've got another, last card letter I've got. Superman. Love ice cream. Let's see. Today's National Ice Cream Day. This is from back in July. Look for ice cream parlor near you so I can send you a gift card, but I can only find Joe Bass Tackle Shop and ice cream. They didn't have gift cards. Have you been there? Or do they sell fish flavored ice cream? That would match the theme. Ooh, fish flavored ice cream. We actually do have something really neat in our town. Small town. We have an old pharmacy there that actually has an old soda counter with malts and milkshakes and home mixed Dr. Peppers and stuff like that. So yes, we do have one. It's just not a chain. So it was neat. It's a neat little place. So go and get your medicines, and you sit down at the soda counter and get a malt. What if they added a Sir Willow animatronic in It's a Small World? It's not a Halloween scare fest. You don't want to do that to people. They'll be jumping out of the boats, running to get out. That would be terrifying. uh, let's see. If I had to add one ride at Cedar Point, what would it be? I don't know. I really don't know. Disaster transport. I've been on a number of those. Yeah, so should go to theme parks that help start Disneyland, Efteling and Tivoli. I would love to, James. There's this little thing called money that I really don't have, and then right after that's time. Uh, my big savings for this next year. Let me give you all a rundown of what's coming up here as I'm getting ready to start opening packages. September, I have Craig coming down to visit here, which is going to be great. Looking forward to that. We'll get to go to Marceline. We'll get to go to the Disney Museum. We'll go to Silver Dollar City. There's possibly a couple other things there. So that will be a lot of fun. And we'll be able to do some videos there. After that, my whole focus is trying to save money to go to Japan. My daughter's going to Japan for a 6-month missions trip. And thank you to everybody who has been helping support her and raise funds for that and contribute. She is approaching 60%, so she's almost there, wanting to get the funds raised by October so she can get there as soon as the parks, or as soon as they will open up and let her in. My goal is to go to Japan either when she leaves or when she comes back and spend a week there and be able to use the time to go to Tokyo Disney and stuff like that. And I am literally scrimping and saving. I don't have anywhere near what I need right now. So I'm hoping I can actually get some more census work and get some money in. That's been interesting. That's kind of my big thing right now is Japan. We do have another trip planned for the first week in June, where again, we will be joining Craig and we're going to be hitting a couple of the parks I mentioned earlier, swinging out towards Pennsylvania and doing some things there. And then the rest of next summer, we actually have an opportunity to go to Israel that we are working on for 2 months on a working trip. So we'll actually be down in the Jerusalem area doing some work there. There's still a lot that has to happen. This is still kind of iffy. But we believe that it's going to come together. And that's kind of our plan for next summer. And that's going to be because it's a church missions thing. It's also going to be raising money and supports and tax deductible donations and things like that because we don't have the money for that. So really my one thing that I'm paying for next week is going to be Japan, I hope. And we'll see if that comes together. And yes, Craig, thank you so much for offering on everything there. I really appreciate. I can't tell y'all how much I appreciate Craig. In fact, the big box in this stack is actually from Craig too. And I know a couple things in it, but a couple I don't. So, but we'll have some fun with that. So I have a package here from Barry, the man who sent me the shirt, and something tells me there may be another shirt in here as well. So, let's see. And there is a note that reads, let's see. Sir Willow, hi. Here's another Disney shirt to add to your collection. Is Amber jealous? Enjoy. Oh, I don't know. It would depend upon who this is. She might. It is. Oh, yes. She will be jealous. Hey, Amber. Come here for a second. I'm going to get her mad. She's probably not going to step on screen because she's had a migraine earlier today. Just got up really about an hour ago, starting to feel better. But see what Barry sent me?
No fair.
I don't know if you can hear that. Don't you like my shirt? She's over here going, no fair. It's an awesome shirt. So thank you, Craig. Oh, I'm going to have fun taunting her with that. Please sing. Oh, see, Fantasy Apprentice, you just saw that Craig's willing to buy my meals. I don't want to lose my meal ticket there. If the singing kills me, some of these trips might fall through. Actually, I've been teasing Craig that when he comes out, I have to drive up to Kansas City because I'm his transportation for a couple of those days. And I've been kind of joking that, hey, I get to play whatever I want in the radio or in the car and sing along with it. So it'll be fun. Uh, yes, you can see all the Darkwing Ducks fan chiming in. I am the terror that flaps in the night. Let's get dangerous. Awesome. Um, Small package here from Devin Capper. And this is actually really cool because it is a pin that you can only get at the Coca-Cola store downtown Disney. Now, let's see here. If we can get to focus. It doesn't want to do it. But, yeah, so that's from the Coca-Cola store at downtown Disney. I'm not sure why it's not wanting to focus there. It's just doing all sorts of weird things. Anyways, awesome pin. Thank you so much, Devin. That's really cool. So let's see. It says Walt Disney World Resort on it. Cool. I love pins. I love pins. Been reminding him I have noise canceling headphones. I can work on that. What size shirt do I wear again? I should wear a large. I'm currently wearing an extra large. So between the hard and then COVID, yeah. It's an extra large right now. What if during Not So Scary they made It's a Small World look like it came straight out of a horror movie? You know, I love Small World, but I know people that would tell you that it already has. I did get stuck on it once for like 15 minutes, maybe close to 20, and at that point I was like, okay, I've had enough of this song. I don't mind the song, but I've had enough of the song. Let's see. See my nose through the hole. So let's see if we do this right. Okay, can we get the... Okay, never mind. How convenient you have a Coke pin. I've been drinking a Coke just now. Iced tea. Otherwise, I usually go with Dr. Pepper. And yeah, see, Craig, I am using it. That's actually another gift from Craig. Okay, I have 2 boxes. I've got another package from Barry. I have a package from Leah in Canada. So, international mail. This is cool. This big thing, this is also from Drew. And then I have one from Michelle in Humble, Texas. Okay. It's spelled humble, but if you're ever in Texas, they don't pronounce the H. It's humble. So, sorry you're late. It's okay, Kathy. Hey, Kathy, I want you to know we are thinking about you. Those of you who don't know, I don't want to give details, but Kathy's been going through a rough time. Lost a couple very close family members. If you pray, lift Kathy up in prayer. She could use it. She really could. So, ever thought of bringing back Luna Park, Dreamland, Steeplechase, and Coney? Ooh, that would be interesting. It would be neat. I would love, if I could ever time travel, that's kind of what I would want to do, is go back to the classic Coney. That would be awesome. Do I like coffee mugs? I do. My wife is much more the coffee person I am. I've never been a coffee person. Sorry, really haven't. But we have a good collection of mugs. And in fact, if it's park mugs and stuff, yes, I absolutely do collect those. So a lot of fun. What mic do I use? 3300 Productions. I actually should have links in the description to all the gear, including this microphone. This is the Fifine microphone. And then for my actual recording of my regular videos, I've got another. This is about a $40 microphone here. The one that I use for my actual recording is close to $200. And it's a very nice microphone. They're both USB. They both run into the computers that way and work wonderfully. And it actually has an input control and stuff on here as well. So I did add on the pop screen. So make it a little nicer that way. Let's see. So, my package here from Leah from Canada. Oh, this is really cute. Make sure I get the letter first. Let's see. To Sir Willow. I got this celebrating Canada's 150th button on my 2017 trip to Disney World. I received this button while talking to the cast member at Epcot working in Canada. My sister and I just said we were both from Canada as well. Take care, Leah. Oh, I hadn't seen this one. This is really cool. It's kind of a takeoff of Disney's regular celebrating, but that is really neat. Thank you, Leah. That's cool. And then she's also got a nice little washcloth here. Let's see. It's called a rabbit cloth. So it's kind of cool. So trying to hold up there so the lighting will work for you instead of blinking on and off. My camera's being slightly goofy today, but very neat. Thank you so much, Leah. That is awesome. Let's see. Just kind of okay. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. Get my keyboard clear here. Let's see here. Might send you a mug from our coffee shop. That would be really neat. I would love that, Smiley Bunny. Let's see. Don't think I've ever been stuck on a ride at any of the Disney parks. I've had a couple I've been stuck on. My son and Aaron on our Disneyland trip actually got stuck on Cars Land, which was entertaining. The only ride I have ever been walked off of was Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World. I've never actually been walked off of another ride. I have gotten stalled on the People Mover a couple times, or again, you sit there for a little bit and then they get it restarted. But other than that, I've never experienced that, which is kind of sad because, for a theme park nerd and a roller coaster nerd, that's actually kind of a high point. Oh, cool, I get to get back. It's really weird. I'm sorry, I'm strange. So, let's see. Craig, a fairly wide variety of music, not much country or bluegrass. Oh, and you're coming to the country and bluegrass capital down here outside of Nashville. Ooh, this should be fun. Actually, more than likely, what we'll probably be doing when Greg's here is we'll probably be playing like Broadway and musicals and stuff like that. So, and 80s, I can see that. Let's see. Greetings from attendant to Watsonville County Fairgrounds. Guess who got evacuated from Felton and Bonnie Doon? So sorry, Pat. For those of you who don't know, I actually went to college at a small college in Scotts Valley. My first year of marriage, my wife and I actually lived in Felton in a converted garage. One of those fires that is burning, they have evacuated the whole area that I went to college, met my wife, the first year that we lived together. So all of that has been evacuated. And last I was checking, the fire is still outside of Felton where I lived. It hadn't moved in about 12 hours, so I'm praying they get it stopped before it gets down there. There is a place there called, Roaring Camp Railroad. I think that's, if I can remember it right, that actually has a train that runs down to Santa Cruz. And that's all evacuated right now. So California is going through a lot with the fires. Pray for California. So, let's see. But yes, hope you're doing okay, Pat. Excuse me, just a second. Man, allergies. Let's see. Pat is not in Canada. No, Pat's in California. So, okay. So got evac out of the People Mover by the terrace restaurant. That would be cool. So, is this a fire that's really big? There's actually, if you look at California right now, there is a ton of different fires. There isn't one that's really big. There are a number of larger ones. A lot of people don't realize how incredibly big California is. It's a huge state, but when I was looking today, it's something like 20 or 30 fires. It is a ridiculous number. And they're just burning all over the place. So they can't really knock any of them down because there's so many of them. So, yeah. Okay, so got another package here. This is one, again, from Barry. Wonder if we'll make Amber jealous on this one. If you can time travel back in time to a concert, which concert would I see? I'd have to think about that one a little bit. The first one that comes to mind right off the top of my bat is Depeche Mode. I've never seen them in concert. I love Depeche Mode. So, yeah, that'll show my age a little bit. Get the kitty. We lost our cat. One of our cats right before we went to California. So, here's another Doctor Who t-shirt for your collection. Yeah, it is a drop a sad note in the middle of a happy thing. There we go. Oh, that's cool. That is very nice. Two doctors in a rose. Thank you so much, Barry. That's awesome. Uh now we had our 16-year-old cat Ruby that took a turn for the worse right before we had to do this family trip to California, and sadly we had to put her to rest, which stunk. Our other cat is still dealing with it some, walking around at night, although she's getting better now, but looking for her, trying to figure out where she went. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. But thank you for the shirt, Barry. That's very cool. So, let's see. We got an awesome pin. We got a button. We got a towel. Got a couple shirts. You know, you all just bless me so much. I look at this stuff and I'm kind of going, I still don't understand why y'all do it, but I love that you do. I hope you have fun watching me open this because it's cool. I just feel very blessed. Um, so thank you for all that. Roaring Camp and Big Trees Railroad. Thank you, Jonah. I should know that. They managed to get all their equipment out. Good. Swan and Pacific 19 gauge line wasn't so lucky. Oh, that's too bad. Uh, when my wife and I first got married, we actually lived. If you take the Henry Cowell Redwoods, Roaring Camp is kind of on one side. There's a little walkway through to the park area, and if you walk down that road and then outside and cross the road, that's about where we lived. Um, so yeah, that area's got a lot of memories. Okay, I should say that actually does remind me of another time I did get evac from a ride. My dad actually came to visit me shortly after we got married, and it was off season. We took a ride at Roaring Camp. Uh, and there was only 8 passengers. So we had one little dinky engine, I don't remember which one it was, and just one open air passenger car that would seat like 15 people. And that's all we had. And we went up to the top of the mountain and saw the little picnic area. And as we're looping back around, we're sitting there and we're talking, and all of a sudden you get this boom. What? That was not supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen. We derailed the car. um, it wasn't a bad derailment. It just jumped off the track and then stayed upright. But they had to actually bring vans up to get us and drive us through the whole back area that nobody else gets to see because we had derailed the car and it was going to take them a day to get it back on the tracks. So, yes, I did get evac from another ride that way. I wish that was at a time when I didn't have cameras and I didn't take a lot of pictures, and I wish that we had, but it was really funny. You know, have let's see. You ever thought if Frederick Thompson and Elmer Skip Dundee's Pioneer Dark Ride, A Trip to the Moon, brought back in the modern day Coney Island? I think part of that was actually part of the inspiration for Walt Disney's Trip to the Moon, which then became a trip to Mars. And actually, at Walt Disney World, in fact, it's where the alien encounter was. And the whole reason you got the Circle Theater is because that center was actually the screen that you watched to go to Mars. So that's actually where it came from. I believe that was one of the inspirations. Don't quote me on that, but let's see. Trying to be punny. Craig, punny? No. Oh, let's see. And Depeche Mode's #1 favorite band of all time. Never seen them since they went to Puerto Rico, but they played in Tampa like a decade ago. Depeche Mode, when I was a teenager, Depeche Mode was easily one of my favorite groups. We played them a lot. Them and U2 probably got the most, U2, not YouTube, got the most airplay when I was a teen. I listened to a lot of music at the time. I still listen to a lot of music. But let's see. So I got to figure out how to open up this package from Drew. Try to work on that. I just kind of looking over my list again, look and see if I forgot any announcements or anything there. I don't think so. Have I ever been to Universal? Which one? Universal Hollywood I have not been to in about 20 years. But if you watch my park vlogs, then you'll have seen 2 trips, at least 2 trips to Universal Florida. One that I had with my daughter, and one I had solo. So, solo, you couldn't hear me, apparently. There we go. This is a look at this thing. He had this thing all taped up with duct tape. I'm impressed, Drew. Oh, and this is not. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have actually looked at this book and seriously thought about buying it and just haven't done it. Oh, that is amazing. I actually have similar things for Star Trek. In fact, my wife and I are finishing watching Deep Space Nine, and she's been going through my version of that book for that series as we've been watching it, which has been awesome. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so those of you who have not seen this, this literally is going to go through everything in Doctor Who. It's an amazing book. It doesn't have the newest episodes, um, but yes, just awesome. Thank you. Oh, and then the other thing that I'm really weird at. Anybody else do this where you get a book and you just go, I love the smell of the paper and the, okay, never mind. Thank you, Drew. Let's see. Is there a ride too scary that I won't ride out there? No. Um, I did actually post a video a while back of the 2 scariest rides I've been on, so you can see them. But no, I haven't found anything I wouldn't do yet. So at least once. So I'm always willing to try something new. Let's see. Jonah's still talking about the engines with the fire. One of the Swan and Pacific steam locomotives did manage to get out unscathed. Other 2 will be able to be rebuilt. Oh, so they did have 2 that got caught in the fire. Sorry. Yeah, Joseph, just do a search on my YouTube channel for. Well, here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick and see if I can give you links. Yes, I have definitely been to Universal. Forget how to type. It's like, who am I? Okay, do. Come on. Kind of funny. Go to my YouTube thing and it's like all this Hamilton stuff. Okay, so let's see here. So Joseph, here is one Universal video in the comments, and then I've got several here, so I can give you a few. There is another one. And then, so I'm telling you, I got all sorts of stuff. And okay, so Jonah, there are 4 Universal videos for you. That should keep you busy watching. So, let's see here. Remember Mission to Mars? Screen on the ceiling, one on the floor. Yep. Yes. I remember as a kid. It's another one of those things. I wish I had done it. Kathy Goodman. I love Queen. You know, I always like Queen. It's funny though because I actually, in some ways, think that they're as popular now as they were back then. Queen was one of those groups that you either loved or you loved to hate when I was a kid. Michael Jackson was the same way. It's funny now listening to everybody say, oh, I love Michael Jackson. But at the time, in the 80s, there was an idea that it was cool to hate on Michael Jackson. It was really weird. But now all these people hated on him, love him. So, Ravenclaw. Okay. Daughters of Puff. And my wife just got home and she's looking really happy. Hello.
Vacuuming.
No, not when I'm on live. No house cleaning.
No, I said I've been vacuuming.
Oh, you can say hi to everybody.
Hello.
Camera's there.
Hello.
So she's like looking way up there.
Yes.
Okay. What does Mr. Scott have to change every 10,000 light years on the Enterprise? The spark plugs. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have another package here from Michelle, and I know I'm gonna say this wrong. It's Siles. I want to say it's Sillies. Siles? You'll have to correct me on that, Michelle. But let me get this open. Ooh, poof! Look at the comment stuff. Let's see. Yeah, ebooks don't have the same smell. No, they don't. Remember bookstores? Okay, the Israel thing that I'm going to be doing, one of the big features of the Israel trip is we're actually going to be helping out in a bookstore that's there in Jerusalem. which I'm like, oh. So there are people who still buy books. If you see my house, okay, if you ever get the chance to come to my house, and I may let Craig see this, Brendan has seen it, so he can vouch for me here. There are 4 bookshelves in the living room. This is on top of the 3 bookshelves I have at my office. And then each one of our bedrooms has another bookshelf in it. We like our books. So, let's see. Working to recreate several stories from the Railway series, and I desire to have a couple additional narrators for a story or two. Oh, sure. If I have time, Jonah, I would be very happy to narrate. That could be fun. Let's see. Yeah. So, they're saying congratulations for your minister's license stuff.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
You don't have to stand here the whole time if you don't
I
want.
thought you wanted me here for some particular
No,
purpose.
just
Oh.
say hi. She's like, oh, good. I don't have to be on TV anymore. Bye! Do kosher books smell different? Well, they're not made with pork. Sorry. Let's see. You need a TARDIS bookshelf. I actually do have a shelf on my shelves. I think that works. I have a shelf that's pretty much almost all Doctor Who. It has a couple Star Trek things that floated over, but okay. So neat looking card. It says, Dear George, I made this cross for you and your family as you've been a blessing to me. I'm not able to travel a lot. Your videos always give me a laugh when I need one. God bless, Michelle. Ooh. Here we go. Lots of newspaper. Oh my goodness. This is neat. This is really neat.
Oh, beautiful.
Look at that.
That is beautiful.
It's got the loop there to hang it up with. That is amazing.
I love it. I think I should put it in my classroom.
I don't think you can put it in your classroom.
I'll hide it.
That is really, really neat. Thank you so much, Michelle. That is just amazing. I love that. Yes, that'll go up on my wall. Gotta figure out. I don't know if I can get it in my office. My office at the church, it's actually concrete walls, so trying to get the hooks and nails in it is.
We can buy those master command strips.
Yeah, I might be able to get a command strip hook. Just being pig-headed with that kosher joke. Oh, come on now, Brendan. Just because I didn't give you any of the pork when you were here. If we could bring back one theme park that's no longer up, what park would it be? Oh, I would say off the top of my head, some of the old Coney Island parks that we mentioned earlier in the stream. Crystal Beach would be one I like. And then there was actually a Coney Island in Cincinnati that I've heard amazing things about. I would love to go see that one. That would be really neat. That's probably the ones right off the top of my head. So, who needs an elf on a shelf when you've got a Sir Willow on a pillow? Okay. I'm not even quite sure how to respond to that one. Oh, okay, what it is you just said shelf on a shelf, and 2 people said Sir Willow on a pillow. Y'all are scaring me here. Brendan, yes, I did give you pork. Different pork, Brendan. Let's see. On Crisis Solid Rock, I said, ooh, that's a nice deal. Okay, so this is Craig's box. Hi, Willie Blonde Hair. Good to have you. And Craig always sends a very interesting mix of stuff. So we will see what some of this is here. By the way, did y'all enjoy the question and answer videos I did? They were really, okay, I'm in California, I can't film, I can't edit, I can't do a whole lot, what do I do? Oh, wait, people always have questions, let's do that. So I hope those worked for the week that we were basically stuck in a hotel room and not able to do too much else. It seemed like people enjoyed them, and they were fun to do. But I hope that you liked it. Let's see. Don't use the command sticky hooks. When it gets too hot, they dry out and fall, and that cross will fall uh, from the weight. Drill a hole in the wall and hang it up. Crazy Mike, here's the neat thing with our church. Because the walls, when they built this church, they did cinder block, filled them with concrete, layered them with plaster, and then put more plaster over it. It's basically like a stone wall. Trying to even just drill a hole in it is. I watched one guy ruin 3 drill bits trying, and they were meant for that. So the other thing, though, that happens with that is the church maintains a pretty consistent temperature. So in the winter, when we go in, even if the heat's not on, it will still generally be comfortable. And even if in the summer, without the air conditioning, it still floats in the mid to upper 70s and doesn't get much hotter than that. So it's really nice in that regard. So the command strips, though, because the temperature doesn't fluctuate much, the command strips are okay that way. It doesn't overheat. And it's really about the only way to put things up on the walls a lot of times. So, let's see here. I usually find those more entering to do live or entertaining, Craig. I can promise when Craig is here, we will probably video some of the stuff and let y'all be amused, because Craig and I got to meet when I got to go to Cedar Point a couple years ago, and we have just hit it off. And some of it's going to be scary. Brendan's had some fun here, but Craig is like another level. And what I would love to do at some point, I'd love to get Craig and Brendan actually together. That would be kind of scary, though. Let's see here. So anyways, Craig's letter. Hi, Sir Willow. Hi. Oh, you need a hammer drill to drill into concrete wall. Yeah, or like Craig said, a ram set. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Focus, George. I hope you and the family enjoy the assortment of enclosed items. The lens hood is intended to be extended and placed up against glass to reduce or eliminate glare when shooting something on the other side. Ooh, very cool. I'm thinking museum displays, but the ad also showed store airplane windows. I could have used that a week ago. Bought myself one too, but I haven't gone anywhere yet that I need to try using it. I also included 2 shirts for you and some brochures from Indiana. Okay, so Margaret, there is a couple things in here for you.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. So, let me try and go through this step by step here, so I can get Sir Willow, Craig, and Brendan show live. If you enjoyed the video where my daughter and Laurel were talking to and about me, imagine that. So here's Margaret. So let's see. Coffee and travel mug.
Woo, yay! Super awesome.
And there's coffee in it.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Oh, how lovely. Who is it from?
That's from Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
I got mine.
And I am going to accidentally forget it's Christian and leave it on my desk at school. Oops.
As I make a mess here. No, really, you didn't see me just spit my iced tea everywhere. Oh, it's not coffee. Ha! Psych!
It is very cute, though.
Okay. So brochures.
Very.
We got Santa Claus, Indiana. Indiana Beach, which I haven't been there in a long time. And then Lake Rudolph and Holiday World. I love Holiday World. Holiday World has a couple great wood coasters there. And Indiana Beach actually went through a whole bunch of stuff where it closed. They thought they were going to close it forever. Somebody else bought it. They reopened. I think they reopened.
Oh, really?
Yes. Margaret says to tell you, Craig, that she really does like her mug. Let's see here. And then, and then the lens hood. This is actually really cool. This is the lens hood. And let you see. Yeah, these are really neat. I love these things, but I've never had one. It's basically a piece of rubber, and so you can just kind of flip it. And what you do is you just put that on the window, and then see it like that, and then put your camera lens right there. So yeah, they're neat little tricks. They really are. Oh, coffee should be in the box. Oh, Margaret, I'm going to be a liar. There is coffee in here somewhere. supposedly. I just haven't pulled it out yet. Oh, there it is.
Yay!
Coffee.
Yay.
They're right. Oh no, those are freeze pops. That would be some funny tasting coffee.
Sure, you're funny. You're funny.
Let's see. Did I bury it? Ha! No coffee, Craig. You made a run back for everything. You want a pickle pop?
Sure.
Pickle
it's
ice.
interesting.
I would eat them. I
Wow.
like pickle. Okay. Well,
That's
let me go through the other
interesting.
stuff and then let's see what we get. Let's see. Okay, so we got a number of shirts in here. Some of these are souvenir shirts. Some of them, if you watched when we first did the Jackbox T-shirt game, you'll recognize a couple of these shirts. There is a Phantom Fireworks shirt, which love those. In fact, if you watch my fireworks from the church this year, if you watch that stream, it was Phantom Fireworks that helped us with that. And then we've got a number of shirts here. I reject your reality and substitute one of my own. I love this shirt. Absolutely love this. So yeah, that one. Mine. And then we got the couple from the Jackbox games, and these will be going to Joseph and to Hannah and Amber and yeah, the What Have I Done? That is going to be Joseph's because when he was young, he was scared of our singing Christmas tree. Don't ask me why. And so this is Amber's version of it. And so, yes, we got a hysterical laugh out of that one. And then Joseph and Liz also have the Begone Peasant, which is just a really weird design. If you didn't get to see the Jackbox games, basically the pictures on there are ones that we drew, and then the sayings, and it's a hilarious game where everybody randomly draws pictures, and then you randomly come up with sayings, and then you randomly mix them together and pick out the best ones, and they're amazing, absolutely hysterical. So, and yes, I got the. Oh gosh, why am I going blank? Adam from MythBusters. That's his shirt too. Let's see, and I hope whatever mail call you open this on is going well. Please show mercy and don't sing at us. Mercy there was great and grace was free. Okay. Let's see. Let me scroll back now. I gotta get caught up. Let's see. Let's see. Two Real Geeks. We're planning on going to our home park of Six Flags Over Georgia tomorrow. Did you hear about the HoloFest Six Flags is doing? Announced at the beginning of the show instead of the Halloween Horror Nights. I can't remember what they call theirs. And the Scare Fest, that it is family friendly this year. Most of the parks are going that route because they can do that spaced out. They can't do up close scares. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. It really is. I like the family friendly things. Silver Dollar City last year did their pumpkin nights. We'll see if they do it this year. I like stuff like that. If it's something I can bring a 5-year-old with me, I will probably enjoy it. If it's something that I can't bring a 12, 13-year-old, yeah, I probably won't. So I'm kind of excited to see how this all goes. Let's see here. I can do the robbery show. Oh, let's see. Sir Willow, do you know Father McCahey on MASH? Yeah, I know who he was. I'm a different church organization. He was Catholic. I'm Protestant Pentecostal. So there are some differences, but there's a lot of similarities too. I'm allowed to marry. He wasn't. So there's one. Let's see. Bit of trivia for you. My Legoland park opened 4 years just after Disneyland Paris opened in '97. Very cool. Let's see here. Craig, you can do the robbery show. Well, Craig doesn't know the robbery show. That's me. So Brendan's seen it enough. He might be able to do it, but Craig hasn't really seen it live yet. Give him time. Yeah, it looks like a toilet plunger. I could see that. Pickle pops and no coffee. And now you're in a real pickle. Oh, let's see. Adam Savage shirt is excellent. Yes, love that. Let's see. My ears. Okay, got y'all with the singing. By the way, we joke about the singing and everything, and please know I understand that Craig is teasing and ribbing, especially with my church services, where right now I am the only musician, and then my wife and son typically will join me in singing. So I do know it's a joke. Okay, every now and then I have somebody, wow, he's being mean. No, it's a joke. It's okay. Um, when Willa sings at church, says the doors auto lock to punish the sinners. I hadn't thought about that. Let's see. Between the three parks you worked at, which one do you think had the better train ride? Silver Dollar City, just because of the robbery. Disney World's train, it just goes around the park. Now, if you said Disneyland, it's a little different. Um, and Walt Disney World has a great park. Busch Gardens actually has a well, Walt Disney World has a great park. It has a great train. Busch Gardens actually going out around the safari is really cool, especially when the animals are up interacting with the train and stuff. So that can also be a really neat train. They're all good. They really are. They're better than the Six Flags Parks train rides. I'd say that. But I would take a train ride over no train ride. So let's see. Not so much family friendly. That's more during the daytime. Nighttime they're having scare zones. Two Real Geeks. You might want to look up that. It is taking the place of Fright Fest, but Six Flags advertisements have all said that the whole thing is more friendly. So is Cedar Fairs. Um, I don't think it's going to be the scaring thing that you're thinking it is. The one that is saying they're still going to do that is Busch Gardens, and they're really the only one. Let me just double check that because I don't want to sit there and uh, give you wrong information. But let me pull it right up off of the Six Flags site here. Do, 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 do. Okay. And I can actually pull this up for you all here so we can see it all together. Spirit event for the entire family at HoloFest. Mark your calendars for the spookiest season of the year. Reservation, keep you safe. Only thing you'll take home is tons of candy. No indoor mazes, haunted houses, or indoor shows will be operated. Some haunted trails and scare zones will be operated outside with social distancing. Limited number of nighttime scare actors at least 6 feet away. Um, let's see. So you've got the trick or treat trail and the spectacular storytelling during the day. Popular Love at Fright Fest. So they do have a couple of their shows that are coming back. But it is still going to be much more family friendly than in the past. Everything will be outside. So kind of a mix of the two. So not as bad. So, but I'd bring a 13-year-old to HHN. They'd have a blast. So long as I don't have to deal with the nightmares after. Yeah. I have just never been one that has been into the gore, the scary, the horror, those kinds of things. I have never enjoyed it. Not even related to necessarily being a Christian or a preacher. Even before that, I just never got into that kind of stuff and was like, yeah, if you want to enjoy it, okay, not for me. I much prefer the kid-friendly stuff. It's just me. So, love to do the robbery show once or twice, but don't know if I'd want to do it all day. The neat thing when we did the robbery at Silver Dollar City is we would trade. We would start off, and if we were doing the robbers, we would do Alfie Bolin as two shows. He is the smarter of the two. And then we would do Ralphie Bolin as two shows, and you would go back and forth. So it helped keep it fresh that way. You'd be surprised how much fun it is to do it all day. It really was. And every show was different, depending upon the train and the conductor, because the conductors would switch off and do different trains, and it was always different. Never really had a day that it was just monotonous, the same old, same old. The worst, actually, when it came to the train, was on days that it rained and we couldn't do the robbery, because then we just get stuck sitting in the break room all day, and that. So, let's see. Want to go on Tower of Terror so badly. I'd love to be going on Tower of Terror right now. Like Cedar Point's train. Cedar Point's got a fun little train ride. It really does. So, Six Flags Over Georgia used to have a train robbery. There are a lot of parks that used to have train robberies or shows and stuff, and they just don't anymore. A lot of them cut it back because of entertainment budget. A lot of them cut it out because it's not PC anymore. Even Knott's train robbery has changed quite a bit over the year. They still have it, but it's not the same as when I was a kid. So, let's see. Speaking of Halloween, when I used to work at Burger King, it was Halloween week, and I was dressed as a vampire. It's getting dark. Oh, I can just see where that one's going to go. Would I read a book called Forbidden Magic? I don't know. I would have to look at the book and see what it was about and why it was titled that. So can't really say without knowing more about the book. I do enjoy reading a lot of fantasy fiction. I love Tolkien. I love C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. We are anxiously awaiting Brandon Sanderson's next book in the Way of Kings series that comes out in November. Can't wait for that because most of my family are big fans of that series as well. So we have a lot of things like that, but there's also a lot there that we don't read. It really depends upon the book. If it's very much into the supernatural kind of stuff, probably not. But that's just us. Whew. Okay. So I think that covers everything. Am I missing anything here? Anything else that y'all want to say? Let's see. We do the Pumpkin King instead of trick-or-treating. Kids carve pumpkins, put candy or toys in it at night to think the Pumpkin King left it. That's really cool. I kind of like that. So, oh, you found the coffee on his kitchen table. Well, Craig, you'll just have to bring it down here in, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Something like that. That's funny. Oh. But, hey, it just gives you something to make up for. Les Mis is your absolute favorite musical. I love so many musicals. Les Mis is good. Hamilton is amazing. The history major in me just loves the incredible depth and detail that is in Hamilton. But there's a ton of musicals I like. Phantom's almost more opera than musical, but it's still amazing. Greatest Showman is really good, but I also like a lot of the classics. People think Singing in the Rain in Oklahoma, Fiddler on the Roof, Man of La Mancha, Chicago, West Side Story. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of great ones out there. So, have I ever read the Percy Jackson series? I actually have read a lot of them and enjoyed them. So yeah, good series. Of course, like a lot of them, the book or the movies aren't as good as the books, but hey, rode the train at Silver Dollar City last week. It was so slow. They did do the Moss Show. Well, that's good to know. I'd be curious if they had one robber or two. I know they've been doing a lot of shows with just one robber, and it's hard to do a good show with one robber. Nope, not yet. 5 minutes. My wife's asking if she can do some stuff that's going to make some noise. So, which actually reminds me, I probably do need to sign off because I'm supposed to be working for the census here in about 30 minutes. Japan. Got to get that money for Japan. So, thank you so much, everybody, for all the wonderful gifts, the amazing shirts, the pin, the books, the cross, the cloth. Just some amazing stuff. You all spoil me so much. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you. Barry, thank you for getting my daughter mad at me. It's going to have fun bugging her with that one. So hope you all have a wonderful time. Keep safe out there. Be careful. And hopefully we'll catch you here in another live stream and some of the other videos coming up. And speaking of which, last quick thing. If you got an idea for a video that you want me to do, make sure you send it to me in the comments or via email. I would love to hear it. Thank you so incredibly much, everybody, and God bless. If you'd like to know about my merchandise, contact information, fan pages, and more, be sure to check the description below. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of my videos, hit that button right there to subscribe. And if you want to see another one, well, I've got a great video for you right here. If you'd like to be like these wonderful people here too and support me financially on Patreon or YouTube, well, hit that little button right there. It'll even give you behind the scenes access and more perks. Thank you so incredibly much for watching, and God bless.